Okay, so today we're going to be making a low sugar jam out of persimmons. Persimmons are something that's a little bit tricky with canning because they're so thick and they're dense. And when we're working with home canning, we want to be sure that we're following approved recipes, right? We want to use something that's from the bulb preserving book or from Pomona Pectin approved recipe or something from a .edu address so that we know that the process that we're using is safe and tested. There are two things that we're always looking for in a canning recipe, and that's we want to get heat all the way through the jar, and we want the pH to be low enough. We want the food to be acidic enough that it's going to be safe. This is for water bath canning. Personally, I don't even touch pressure canning. Other people can have super good fun with that, but it's not my jam. Get it? Jam. So two things that we don't often can are persimmons and pumpkin, like pumpkin puree, because it's so thick that it's hard for that heat to penetrate all the way through it and make sure that we're killing anything yucky that might be in there. So for persimmons, it's pretty hard to find an approved recipe, but there is one that I know of, and I went ahead and put it in the description for the video so you guys can make your own low sugar persimmon jam at home. Look at those gorgeous Fuyu persimmons. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, look at all those beautiful persimmons. And oh, look at that nice boba tea my kid got me. Thanks, kid. The recipe we're using calls for about 8 full-size Fuyu persimmons. And we've actually got about 14 here. So we'll see when we make some mash out of them what kind of volume we end up with. And we might end up scaling up the recipe just a little bit and making some extra jars of jam. Chopping persimmons, gonna make persimmon jam. Chopping persimmons, gonna make persimmon jam. Chopping. Look at this. I want to save the skins and like freeze them and throw them in smoothies or like dry them and make tea, but they're not all pretty. So we might have a little sort fest at the end and figure out what I can do.
We're not all pretty.
Still have value. Not pretty, still have value. Chopping persimmons. Do you want to see how much mash I have so far?
Sure.
I'm doing such a good job. We're making
Is
like
this it?
puree. Yeah. So I've been using the little bullet blendery guy to blend them up. So there's some guys in there that are gonna get blended. And this is what is this? This is 6 persimmons so far, and we just barely have over 2 cups. So I think it's gonna take us more than 8 to get of the Fuyu persimmons to get more than 4 cups. Persimmon! I got my pureed persimmons, got my lemon juice from a bottle, not something I squeeze myself, Pomona's Pectin, and some calcium water, cinnamon, that's optional, but I'm gonna use it too, and sugar. The recipe says I can use honey, but I don't know, man. It seems like it would be really difficult to mix the powdered pectin into honey, and I don't know. I'm just not emotionally there yet, so we're doing sugar, friends. Thoroughly mix pectin powder into sweetener and then set aside. Oh, that's looking good. Oh man, look at me go. Oh, mixing that up. Oh, put funnel, scoop it there. Oh, yeah, that's good. Check it. Is it? Oh, is it enough? I think it's enough. Okay, that's good. Oh, put a little back. Yeah, that's good. Rim, put it in the pot. Good to go. Is it good to go? Oh, yes. Lower it into the pot. Oh, that looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, that's a nice rolling boil. Look at that boil. We're going to leave that for 10 minutes and then turn off the heat and let it sit another 5 before we pull them out. Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. All right, so we took all of the jars out of the canner, and as you can see, 2 of them are drooling. That's called siphoning, and it happens sometimes. So, yucky. I am glad that nothing broke. When I first saw that there was some cloudiness in the water when I opened up the water bath, I was a little bit concerned that one of the jars might have broken. But instead I've got these two that are siphoning. It doesn't necessarily mean they won't seal, but it is a little concerning. So we'll keep an eye on those and see if they end up sealing up. So I'm gonna finish up today with a little bit of food math because I love food and I love math. So for the recipe that we made today, this was low sugar persimmon jam using Pomona's Pectin, and all of the persimmons were gleaned from the neighborhood, so those were free. And then the jars that I used for canning, the glass jars, were also free. They were a gift from a church lady, but those are also reusable, so they're not an ongoing, like, repeating cost for canning. So ignoring the cost of persimmons that you might need to purchase yourself, just for the things that we used in today's recipe, we had a half teaspoon of cinnamon for 2 cents, the 2 teaspoons of Pomona's Pectin plus the calcium water from that was 96 cents. So that was actually the most expensive bit. 3/4 cup of white sugar for 25 cents, a half cup of lemon juice for 52 cents. And then the lids for canning are not reusable. And so those, I bought a great big pack of 150 lids, and those came to 9 cents a piece. So 45 cents in total for the full recipe, because we did 5 half pints, 5 8-ounce jars of the jam. So altogether, the cost for today's recipe was $2.20, which comes to about 44 cents per one of those half pint jars. Yay, food math, what? We touched a little bit on canning safety and food preservation safety today. This was not intended to be a full course in how to do water bath canning at home. Please, for details, there are videos all over YouTube, but especially look for things that are created by .edu content creators, master food preservers, those kinds of things. I'm going to warn you away from anything that's rebel canning or anything like that that's using non-scientific, non-approved recipes and methods. You don't want to mess around with your health. You don't want botulism. You don't want to, we don't need that junk in our lives, right? So make sure that you are using best practices. Science is real. Science matters. So thank you so much for watching. Always like and subscribe. I am having so much fun doing this Food is My Hobby series of videos for you guys. And I think that that's a great idea to get on board with. That food doesn't have to be a chore. It doesn't have to be, oh my gosh, I have to cook dinner. That's stupid and lame and I hate it. It can be, hey, cool, I get to have fun today doing something new with food that I've never done before. I made persimmon jam today. I've never made persimmon jam before. I've never done anything with persimmons before. Oh no, that's not true. I did put some into a cobbler once. Benefits of gleaning. I've got a couple persimmons. I don't know what to do with them. Just throw them in the cobbler. They'll be fine. Anyway, like and subscribe. Have a super awesome day. Bye.